Hello, amazing English learners. Welcome back to Unlock B2 English, the podcast that's going to transform your intermediate English into confident, fluent communication.
And I'm Mark. Today, we're diving into a crucial skill for any fluent speaker, expressing your opinions clearly and confidently, whether you agree or disagree.
If you're at a B2 level, you can already communicate a lot, but sometimes it's hard to move beyond simple yes or no when it comes to opinions. We want to help you express nuances and sound more natural.
Absolutely, Sarah. Our goal today is to equip you with a range of phrases and strategies to voice your thoughts, challenge ideas politely, and engage in meaningful discussions.
And we'll do it using our unique scaffolding method. Before we jump into the main discussion, we'll give you a quick pre-listen preview. This will include the main ideas you're about to hear and some key vocabulary. It's like building a strong foundation so you can understand everything easily.
Exactly.
So, for this episode, we're going to explore different ways to express agreement and disagreement, from strong affirmations to polite objections. We'll also look at phrases for giving reasons for your opinions.
Key vocabulary for today includes nuance, a subtle difference in meaning, expression, or sound. It's about expressing small distinctions in your opinion. Affirmation, a statement of agreement or acceptance. Objection, an expression or feeling of disapproval or opposition. Concur, to agree with someone or something, more formal. Contend, to assert something as a position in an argument, more formal. Stand one's ground, to refuse to give up one's opinion or position.
So, get ready to unlock your B2 English potential in expressing opinions.
Before we continue, think about this. What's a common topic where you often find yourself wanting to express a strong opinion in English? Keep that question in mind as we talk.
So, Mark, let's start with agreement. What are some ways to express strong agreement beyond just I agree?
Great starting point, Sarah. For strong agreement, you can say, I couldn't agree more. That's very common and emphatic. Or, that's exactly how I feel. For a slightly more formal context, you might say, I completely concur with that assessment. It really shows you're fully on board.
I couldn't agree more. It's so natural. What about agreeing with something someone has said specifically?
Ah, yes. You could say, you've hit the nail on the head. An excellent idiom meaning you've said something precisely correct. Or, that's a valid point. Even just, indeed, can show strong agreement without being too wordy.
Perfect. Now, let's move to the trickier part for many learners, disagreement. How can we disagree politely without sounding rude or confrontational?
This is where nuance is key, as we mentioned earlier. Instead of I don't agree, which can sound a bit blunt, try phrases like, I see your point, but I'm not sure I completely agree. Or, I understand what you're saying, however, my perspective is a little different. Adding I'm not sure or a little softens the disagreement.
That's a great tip for B2 learners. What if you want to respectfully challenge an idea?
You could say, with all due respect, I beg to differ. This is quite formal, but very polite. Or, I'm afraid I don't quite see it that way. If you want to offer an alternative viewpoint, you might start with, on the contrary, I would argue that, or conversely, one could contend that.
On the contrary is a fantastic phrase for offering a different perspective. And how about when you need to stand your ground, when you feel strongly about your opinion, even if others disagree?
That's where standing one's ground comes in. You can say, I appreciate your point of view, but I firmly believe that. Or, while I respect your opinion, I have to stick to my conviction that. Using firmly believe or stick to my conviction shows determination without aggression.
Excellent. And what about giving reasons for your opinions? It's not enough to just state what you think. You need to justify it.
Exactly. You can connect your opinion with reasons using phrases like, I think X because Y. More advanced options include, my reasoning is that, this is due to the fact that, or the main justification for my view is, for example, I completely concur that flexible working is beneficial due to the fact that it improves work-life balance.
That's a perfect example, Mark. Using those linking phrases helps to build a more coherent argument.
Absolutely. It moves you from just stating an opinion to building a persuasive argument, which is a key B2 skill.
So, no more feeling stuck when discussing opinions. We're here to guide you step by step towards fluency and confidence. We want to help you unlock that B2 potential.
Okay, so let's quickly recap what we've discussed today. We focused on expressing opinions fluently, agreeing and disagreeing.
So, no more feeling stuck when discussing opinions. We're here to guide you step by step towards fluency and confidence. We want to help you unlock that B2 potential.
Okay, so let's quickly recap what we've discussed today. We focused on expressing opinions fluently, agreeing and disagreeing.
We looked at strong ways to agree, like, I couldn't agree more, and you've hit the nail on the head. Remember to use affirmation for strong agreement.
And we covered polite ways to disagree, such as, I see your point, but I'm not sure I completely agree, and I'm afraid I don't quite see it that way. These phrases help you express an objection without being rude.
We also learned phrases for respectfully challenging ideas, like, with all due respect, I beg to differ, and for standing one's ground when you feel strongly about your conviction.
Finally, we discussed connecting your opinions to reasons using phrases like, due to the fact that, or my reasoning is that. This adds nuance and depth to your arguments.
Now, for your weekly challenge, choose a current event or a popular topic like remote work, social media, artificial intelligence. Think about your opinion on it.
Then, try to write down or even say aloud one phrase where you strongly agree with a common viewpoint on that topic, one phrase where you politely disagree with another viewpoint, and for both, explain your reasoning using some of the linking phrases we discussed today.
The important thing is to actively engage with these phrases. The more you use them, the faster they'll become natural for you.
That's it for this episode of Unlock B2 English. We're so thrilled to have you here.
We hope you're as excited as we are about this journey. Remember to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform so you don't miss any new episodes.
Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back in a few days with our next episode.
Don't miss it.
See you then.